And hello, everybody. It is awesome to see you here, and welcome to Synergy Theater Online. My name is Ken Adams. I'm the Artistic Director of Synergy Theater. It is Friday night at 7 o'clock, and that means it is time for another completely improvised show, all based on your suggestion. Thank you all so much for being here. If you are out here watching us on Facebook, thank you. We love you. Sit back and enjoy the show. If you're watching us on YouTube, please go ahead and log into your YouTube account and say hello to us by logging into your YouTube account. That's how you could use the interactive chat feature and give us suggestions for our show, which we will need from you in just a short time. We are here every Thursday at 6 o'clock and Friday at 7 o'clock with an all improvised show. And today we are delighted to bring you the second performance of a new show that we are working with and that we're offering you, and that is called Ronde. Now, usually Synergy Theater has a lot of fun making up brand new innovative structures and formats that the world has never seen before. Ronde, however, is a bit of a difference for us because Ronde is a classic format that improvisers have been doing for years and years and years, and Synergy Theater has never done it before. So it's new for us, but it is certainly not new to the improv community. And in fact, it is not new to the theater world because this format, Ronde, is actually based on a famous play, also called Ronde. And this play was written by Arthur Schnitzler in 1900, and it was scandalous. It was so scandalous and controversial that it was actually banned for 20 years, and it was not produced in public until 20 years after he wrote it. It's set in 1898 in Vienna, and our show will be set in 1898 in Vienna as well, in honor of the original play, Ronde. Now, what was so unique about the play was that it was a series of 10 scenes. And the way they were related is that in each scene, one character from the previous scene would move into the next scene and meet a new character. Then that new character would move into the next scene and meet a new character. And this continued until the last character introduced in the final scene meets the first character that was introduced in the first scene, and the circle of life is complete. And that is exactly how our performance of Ronde is going to work as well. Now, in the play, all of the characters are not known by their names. They are known by their job or their position in this society. Vienna, 1898. Think old world, think horse and carriage, think Charles Dickens, and you have the right idea. So when I ask you for your suggestions, we are going to ask you for different jobs or different positions in that type of society that people had. Each one of our characters is going to be known by that moniker. And speaking of each one of our characters, it's time to meet the rest of the cast of tonight's performance of Ronde. Please welcome the entire company out to the screen. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. And now it is time for us to get those suggestions for you. So I want you to think of a job that a person might have had at the turn of the century in Vienna. I want you to think of a position in society they might hold. Go ahead, type those into your screens. Awesome. I see some coming up right away. And let's go. Why don't we start with Arastu? Arastu, will you please choose one of those suggestions for yourself?
Music teacher.
The teacher. Awesome job. Go ahead and change your screen name to the teacher. Valerie, go ahead.
Yes, I will be the bar hall girl.
The bar hall girl. Excellent job. Griffin, what will you be?
I have my hands all over detective.
The detective. Excellent job. Louise, what will you take?
The fortune teller.
The fortune teller. Beautiful. All right. And I will take the violinist. So we have the teacher. Everybody go ahead and change your screen name for the audience. We have the teacher, we have the bar hall girl, the detective, the fortune teller, and the violinist. My friends, that is what we need to get started. Oh, the music teacher. Thank you. Excellent. The music teacher. All right, my friends, let's send all of the characters off screen. And I invite you all to sit back and enjoy Synergy Theater's production of La Ronde. Scene 1, the teacher and the bar hall girl.
Elsa.
Charles, I'm so glad that you've come again tonight. Here, I'm assuming you'd like a beer.
Yes, of course. Please.
Well, here you
Elsa,
go.
Elsa, I know this is rather unorthodox, but perhaps you would care to join me for a libation as well, huh?
You want me to join you?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's very unusual. I might get in trouble if I join in.
Of course. Forget I mentioned it there. Cheers.
But I would like it, Charles.
Okay, well then I will wait.
You will wait here until my shift is over?
Yes.
Well, you have not long to wait. My shift will be over very shortly. And
I look forward to it because there's a matter with which I would like to discuss with you.
well, what would that matter be?
Well, it's pertaining to our friendship. I've been frequenting this pub for quite some time now, and you've been an ear for which I'd had many pleasure to have a discourse with you, and I feel that we know each other quite well, and I enjoy your company very much, Elsa.
Charles, I'm flattered. I enjoy your company very much as well. I can't tell you how much your visits have meant to me these past few years. When I moved to the city, I was all alone and I didn't know anybody. I was lucky enough to find this job here and, make enough money to find myself a comfortable home. But I knew no one. And over time, as I saw this kind gentleman come into my bar every evening, I just couldn't help but enjoy watching you grow over these past 3 years. You've grown so much, Charles.
Yes, I am humbled by the success with which my tutelage has had upon the orchestra. I actually have also been asked to become the head director of the symphony here in Vienna.
The head director?
Yes, of course, being a music teacher, I don't know if I'm qualified for such a task, but that's one thing that I came to share this with you, that my ranking in this society is potentially favorable.
I'm so proud for you and very happy.
Elsa, I noticed you seem a little distraught.
Well, frankly, Charles, tonight I expected you to ask me a question, but now I see that that question could never be asked. You see, when you have a certain standing in this town, you must be wed to a woman who has the same standing.
Elsa, it is true that there is something else that I came here to ask of you. And that is, do you have feelings for me?
Yes. Yes, Charles, how could you not know the way I've looked at you across this bar night after night? How I wish you would hold me as you hold your viola, as you hold your baton leading the orchestra.
Brought that very baton here.
But Charles, I know the next question that you will ask me is, will I marry you? And I wish that I could say yes.
You wish?
I cannot say yes.
Well, if I were to ask you that question, why is it that the answer would be no?
As I said before, as a man in your standing, you need to have a respectable wife, a wife who is wholly
Elsa,
unattached.
I am to be wed to the Countess de Mure. The engagement has been brought about to my knowledge last month, but I was always doubting it, doubting the way you feel for me. And I came here to also confess to you, Elsa, that I have feelings for you, that I wish it were you to be my wife, and I will disband everything. I will completely leave Vienna and all the positions that I have been bestowed upon me to be with you. And I came here to find out if you are in love with me, then I shall say yes to you. Will you be with me, Elsa?
I am in love with you, but I cannot be with you, for I am also already attached. Charles, when I came to this city, it is because I escaped another city. It is because I escaped a marriage, a very foul marriage, full of no love. I was married to a very evil man, a criminal. And I had to escape.
Wait, you were wed?
I'm a married woman. But you see, my husband is no longer in my life at all. I live hundreds of miles away from him. He does not know where I am.
Then if it is of no consequence to him in your life, then say yes to me.
But what if someone should find out someday? What if the news comes out and then in the papers it says, Charles, best music teacher and orchestra leader in Vienna, finds his wife is a former criminal's wife.
And what are you?
It would be scandalous.
No one will know. I will change your name. We will.
Oh, hell.
Listen to me, Elsa. I think of no one else day and night but of you. I am dedicating my first opera to you. It bears your name, Elsa.
Charles, I love you. You are the complete opposite image of my former husband.
I hope so. But to rid you of this burden of him and to have a beautiful future together, then
What do you mean, rid me of this burden?
I will take care of matters myself.
What?
Here.
Oh, Charles,
Take
you're putting
this.
yourself in greater danger than you realize.
No. Take this pen and paper. Write down his name and location. And no more will you have to worry about this person in your life. Do it now, Elsa. Montgomery.
And what about this woman, the Countess de Mure, to whom you are engaged?
Do not worry about her. I will call off the engagement. It will be a tarnish to my name, but that is a mere stain to the flood of love that we have together. I do not care about my reputation. I only care about you.
And I only care about you, Charles.
Then I will be gone, Elsa, and upon my return, we shall be wed. Until we see each other again, my love.
Adieu.
Adieu.
Scene 2, the bar hall girl and the detective.
Why, sister, what squalor you live in now.
How did you find me here?
Elsa, my dear sister, not a single hello for your dear brother.
Frederick, I am rather astounded to see you here, and you know why?
Ah, yes, you running off without a trace, leaving your husband, my employer, alone.
What have you come to find out?
He tasked me with tracking you down. It took a long time. I had no leads, but peculiar to me, a man came. A silly man, musician of some sort, attempting to take your dear husband's life.
And what came of it?
Oh, surely, this vagrant who you have no care for, I assure you. He was strung up, and after enough lashes, he finally spoke, and I was able to ascertain your whereabouts, dear sister.
Is Charles okay?
Perhaps you should come home and find out yourself.
You know I cannot come home. Please come in so you're not in the hallway and my neighbors do not hear you. I will get you a cup of tea.
I'm sorry. Please speak, my lady.
I will get you a cup of tea.
Much obliged.
You favor chamomile, yes?
You know me so well. Oh, this place you live now, off your wages as a barkeep, is petite.
It's a better life than I had before. Here's your tea. Frederick, why would you do this? Do you bear no love for me anymore?
I bear a duty to your husband. You know that when you married him, I was put into his employ as part of your package. And I have stayed true to my deal. Have you?
You know, by now, I'm sure that I have conspired to murder my husband. And that the man whom you caught is my fiancé. But, Frederick, what has happened to you? The boy I know from childhood, young Freddie, he would know that it is better to lose one life so that many more lives might be saved.
I was once an innocent, yes, when you knew me long ago. But you know not the things that your brother has had me do, the things he has had me locate, find, dispose of in these past few years, and I have done it while you have been off in a bar in this part of the world.
Frederick, I have just learned what it means to love someone, that you can go do things that you never thought yourself capable of doing because you care about someone, to free them from an inescapable situation. Frederick, let me help you.
You wish to teach me the ways of walking out on your lot in life?
I wish to save you from the evil that is Montgomery. Frederick,
Perhaps I am too far gone to be saved, and the things I have done will live in me forever, no matter where I go, dear sister.
you really think yourself too far gone? that you may never come back and never regain the innocence of youth.
I still hear the screaming of all of them. Your Charles, too. It keeps me awake in the night.
Charles is alive. Please tell me. He must be alive.
He hangs by his thread. Last I saw him. You know that your husband does not have a lot of sentimentality for infidelity. But I ensured that he stay alive. I saw that whatever you may see in this man, some sweetness in him, that he keep his breath.
Thank you, Frederick.
But
What
you
this
two
tells me.
can never be together. You understand that. If you are to go and save him, you must pledge yourself to your husband forevermore.
If that is what I must do to save the life of the man that I truly love, I would sacrifice my own life for him. And Frederick, brother, I would sacrifice my life for you.
Lies. Why, you ran away. You left me.
It was shameful. I am sorry. I had an opportunity. It was a flash. 5 minutes, that is it. I made the decision to run and never looked back. Except I did look back. Because of course I thought of you, my brother. You and I were once the closest of friends, and now look at us. We are practically strangers. Frederick, you know what it is to be close to Montgomery. You know that you hold his trust for only so long before he decides that you have lost it, and then you will lose your life.
That is the man I know, yes. I've been grateful these past few years he has yet to change his mind about me. But I know it could come at any time. So what do you say, sister? That I renege my duty, my honor to him, and I help you take this man, this coral man, and escape?
Run for your life, Frederick. Run for your life.
Tell me, do you enjoy this life? Being a barkeep, living in squalor in this town?
Yes!
How can you
Yes.
find happiness in a place such as this?
I can find happiness because I am not living under the thumb of constant cruelty. I have the freedom. For the first time in 5 years, I was able to take a breath of fresh air and feel that I was safe. It's not so bad here, Frederick.
It is quite calming here, and perhaps it's the tea speaking, but when I slept here last night, the screaming in my head was duller, distant.
Frederick, it is never too late. Take the moment. Take your 5 minutes of decision making and make that decision now. Yes or no. Run away.
Sister, I have but one more bit of business to conduct here, but once it's through, I shall come for you. We shall go for your husband to be.
Thank you, Frederick. I have to go make more tea. Thank you.
Scene 3. the detective and the fortune teller.
Ah, Herr Frederick Schmidt. Again, I find that you have wandered into my garden. And again, I have the feeling that even though you are uninvited, there is something here besides the roses that attracts you.
Oh, dear Marie, there is something about you that calms my heart every time I'm in your presence, like nothing else in the world can do.
Then why, Herr Frederick Schmidt, do you not just knock on my door or send me a note?
I know you are not a woman who can be pinned down, and perhaps you only see me for the business I give you.
Yes, you do give me a lot of business, but I keep thinking that it is not just accident nor my charms that attract you to my garden. Do you think there's a secret there, Herr Frederick Schmidt?
Perhaps it's the fragrance that you wear. Every time it touches my nose, I feel an unburdening, a lust to be around you. Please just take my hand. Give me my reading.
Herr Schmidt, I see clouds of trouble. I also see guilt. I can tell you, it was not your fault she died, but you did help.
I think about her every day.
You should.
It was my master, Montgomery, who said I could not be with her.
You should not have listened to him.
I know I should not have, and yet I did. I made that mistake.
When I look into your eyes, I see a frightened boy, not a courageous man.
Can I not be both?
Perhaps. But as of yet, you do not have the courage.
Maria, you know me so much better than I know myself. I've put myself at a predicament, and I need your advice.
Tell me more.
I wish to betray my master again, but it was last time I did this that ended the life of the woman I loved.
It is true. It is true that I can tell that it will be a dangerous undertaking. You may indeed have to kill your master to save the one you love.
Maria, how can you speak with such coy gestures about something like taking the life of a master? Have you not felt that in your own life? What difficulty that takes?
Yes, I do know what difficulty it takes, for I have indeed sometimes dabbled in the black arts. Sometimes a life is lost that way.
Maria, you know I am a detective.
I have confessed nothing. You have no proof unless you think it is here in my garden with these beautiful roses, red and white, and pink.
Maria, for everything that you read on my palm, I too can read you. And I know there's great pain inside you that you had to do something of this ilk before. And I wish to hear, without the allure of your fortune teller mystique, please.
I told you I dabble in the black arts. It is a dangerous thing to do. I have never killed anyone directly, but I have guided a person, secretly, so to say,
Do you
to
tell
do
me?
the things that need to be done.
You speak of the ability to control minds.
You could call it that. I call it telling people things that encourage them to do things that otherwise they might not dare.
That seems like a rather lengthy way of saying it. I feel like mind control is perhaps simpler.
Call it what you will. Your master is a very evil man who deserves to die. No one will miss him. No one will care.
So you pass no judgment on me if I'm to do it. But again, I do not know if I'm strong enough. Perhaps you could guide my hand?
Perhaps I could tell you that if you wait until the full moon tomorrow and you go to visit him and give him nightshade in a cup, he will not see the morn.
Maria, do you truly see nothing wrong with a man murdering his own master? If I were to do this, would you think me brave or a coward?
My dear Herr Schmidt, I would not only think you brave, I would think you worthy of my love for killing the man who killed someone very dear to my heart. He has left a trail of people behind, people who the world will never see again. He is evil.
So you say if I am to kill my master Montgomery, you shall consider taking me as a lover.
The only thing that has prevented my taking you as a lover in the past was that you were still a boy. Should you allow your master to never see the light of day again, I will see you as a man, a brave man, very worthy of all my love.
I know not if this is the mind control you spoke of, but I do feel my hand to be guided. So I shall take the nightshade and slip it into his cup.
And now you know what you were looking for in my garden. I believe you have found it.
Is that the flower there?
That is the flower there.
I shall take it. Thank you.
Adieu, my love. Adieu.
Scene 4, the fortune teller and the violinist. Pardon me, are you Madame Maria?
Yes, I am.
And this tent is where you see certain customers.
Yes, it is.
I am Leopold Maximilian, first chair violinist in the Vienna Symphony.
I have heard your name frequently. You have quite a reputation.
Well, I have been playing violin, ever since I was a boy. This tent is exactly like one expects a fortune teller's tent to be. Is that a crystal ball?
Yes, it is. And I can tell that there is something weighing heavily on your mind.
Well, there is. I must say, I do not lend credence to the supernatural, and I have never asked for guidance from outside the realm of the physical before.
That is true of many people who come to me. They usually come to me out of desperation. They have tried everything else to soothe their worried mind.
Good God, is that a dead vulture hanging from its talons?
Yes, that was one of my pets. I like to keep it around.
Well, I'm intrigued. I must say, when my friend suggested I visit you, I thought he was daft, but there is something about the environs here that makes one trust you.
Yes, and you should trust me because I know what worries you. There is something darkening your mind that is making it very difficult for you to continue play as you have in the past. You fear losing your high position as a musician.
Ding dong, you're good. I shall tell you all. You see, when I first came to Vienna, my violin skills were good, mind you, but they were not of a class of Japardeux or Giletaire. I mean, never did I dream that I could rise to the level of first chair, although that had been my dream ever since I could hold a bow. I worked hard, madam. Oh, I eschewed the social company and delights of Vienna so that I should stay in my garret and play my violin 8, 9, 10 hours a day. And though I achieved a mastery, never did I achieve inspiration. When I auditioned for the symphony, I was offered a spot, of course, but only third chair. I would have taken.
Oh, I know.
But
Right,
after
sit here. You did what you felt you should do.
Listen, please. After I auditioned, I was approached by Madame Leclerc. She was the patron of the entire symphony. Come to bed with me, she said, and I shall see to it that you are first chair. And so I did. And that is why I have the position I have. I sold out my innocence for the glory of the chair. And now when I play, madam, all I hear is corruption. And that is why I've come to you. That is why I've come to you, to find out if there is a way that I can regain my innocence.
Regain your innocence after you bedded a married woman. Regain your innocence. You act as if you did not seduce her. For as I
No,
look into my crystal ball, I see that you happen to place yourself within her gaze frequently and say sweet, soft things to her.
madam, I do so now only because I exist beneath the pressure of her manicured thumb. If I were not to look at her and smile, if I were not to be at her beck and call, my position would be taken away. But I don't love her. Oh, I loved a girl once, a sweet girl. We were engaged. Her name was June. She was of great fortune, of great reputation, and with her marriage she would have brought a large package. But it was that sweet girl that I cast aside for the sinful sheets of my patroness.
I do see you with that sweet girl. I also see that out of grief from losing you, she took a potion and she died.
No, tell me she's not dead.
She is dead. There is nothing you can do to bring her back, but there are some things you can do to cleanse your soul.
Is there, madam? Is there a way that I can wash myself of sin? Or is that the only legacy that man is heir to? The loss of innocence?
For you to cleanse your soul, to wash away your guilt, to become again innocent like you were, you will have to give up the thing that you now love the most. Indeed, you will have to destroy it.
The thing I love most. But the thing I love most, what is it? Why, my former music teacher, Charles.
Yes, that is.
Destroy Charles? What do you mean?
You will have to destroy him.
But I owe him everything. It was he who first put that violin in my hand and told me that I have the fingers of a musician.
You will have to destroy his reputation and say that your time with him was a time of corruption when he introduced you to things that no child should be introduced to. You will have to totally destroy him.
But I don't understand. How could destroying the man I love most as a father, how could destroying him bring me innocence?
I do not know. I only know what I see in my crystal ball. It is a hard thing for a man like you to do, who in your deepest parts of your heart, you do have the ability to really love, but you will have to destroy that which you love the most in order to regain your innocence and relieve yourself of the burden of guilt that otherwise will destroy you.
What you say makes no sense, and yet I am compelled to follow your words.
And afterward, you will be able to play so beautifully that you truly deserve the first chair.
Thank you, madam. I will do as you say.
Adieu.
Scene 5. The violinist and the music teacher.
Leopold. Psst, Leopold, over here, in the alley.
Maestro.
Leopold, shh. No one must know that I am here.
Maestro, you look ill.
I am quite ill. I have been beaten, Leopold, beaten to an inch of my life, but I found a way to escape, barely.
Maestro, what do you here in this horrid alley, in this horrid street?
Leopold, I fear that love has brought me to my knees, not only of my physical body, but of my heart and mind.
Tell me, Maestro, sit here upon the curb and let me rub your feet as you tell me what brought you to this sorry state.
Yes, remove the boots. I apologize for the stench. It has been weeks since I was able to bathe.
Please tell me your story.
I fell in love with someone, Leopold, a true love. Her name is Elsa, the beautiful angel that works at the pub. I'm sure you've seen her. We've been there together before.
Yes, she is beautiful, Maestro.
Well, we both had confessed our love to each other. But she had told me that she was already married, but to a vicious, vile man, with whom I said I would kill, but I failed. And I was caught.
Maestro, please.
And I lost everything. I lost my position with the symphony. I lost my teaching credentials. My name has been tarnished. But news of the attempted murder will soon reach this city as well. But I'm so fortunate to have stumbled upon you, Leopold, for you are my greatest pupil, and I say with affection, my most trusted, closest friend.
Maestro, it was you who set me on my life's work. It was you who introduced me to the heavenly sounds of the orchestra. To see you in such a state. But how could you have done such evil, even for love?
It was not evil, it was justice, for she was tormented. Little harder on the chords there. Leopold, yes, I introduced you to the miracle of music, to the passion and joys of the symphony. You are one of the greatest violins with whom I have had the pleasure to hear. But now I ask you to join me again and to taste the sweet flavor of justice and join me into killing the one who brought me to this state. Help me get revenge.
What has Vienna done to you, Maestro, when you were in the country, where you found me as a boy upon that farm? You were innocent.
I'm still innocent, don't you see?
No, I do not see it. Maestro, do you know why I sit in the first chair?
Why?
Because I have sinned. I have slept with a woman at her behest, against her oath to God that she would be faithful to her husband.
Then you are ready, full of sin. The seed of evil is germinating within you, so please help me do this revenge.
Do you know why I sought you out now, Maestro? I sought you out to kill you.
Kill me?
Yes, I can barely explain it myself, but upon a visit to a fortune teller, I was convinced that the only way to reclaim my innocence was to commit further sin. That fortune teller I now understand. She is no woman of flesh or blood. That fortune teller is the spirit of Vienna, the music the light that lures us away from our innocence and forces us to sacrifice all for its seeming glory.
And instead of killing me, allow that evil seed to help me get revenge. Do you not see, Leopold, that this is the only way? This is the only way to rid the world of evil, is to kill evil first yourself.
Maestro, what you and I must do is renounce Vienna. We must renounce the sin and return to the sweet grass and rolling hills of the country where you found me as a boy.
No, those days are done, damn you.
They are not done.
They are done, damn you. What are you doing?
Maestro, I release you. I will not kill you. This ends here. Look at your bare feet. Look at what was once encrusted with the sweet earth of the field beneath your plow, and see now how they are slicked with oil. Maestro, I have here my violin. Not the violin that I play each night in that sinful chair, but the violin that you gave me as a child. That sweet violin that you carved with those hands of walnut wood. Listen as I play the song you taught me.
You are nothing but a fool, Leopold. A fool for thinking that your music could ever dare touch my heart the way Elsa has, could dare touch my heart the way the hatred that I feel has. It turns out that I was mistaken to ever believe in you. You are the fool, aren't you not?
Then you are truly lost.
Yes, I am. Leopold, I feel as though my life is meaningless at this point here. If you will not help me kill, then at least do me this one favor and deliver this letter with yourself and give it to Elsa. Her address is upon it.
What will you do, Maestro?
I will do what needs to be done again, but this time I shall not fail. And no one can stop me.
Maestro, if you ever change your mind, I will be at the old farmhouse where you found me, and there will be a bed for you in our extra room where you can once again lie upon the soft down sheets of innocence.
Hearing those words, Leopold, has suddenly taken me back to that time. The sweet smell of baked bread. The beautiful songs of the birds chirping outside the window on a summer's day.
Yes, the summer sun sweetly shining upon our playful glances.
I can see it, Leopold. I am there.
Listen again to the music of the violin, Maestro.
What have I become, Leopold?
It is not too late to change again. It is not too late to embrace God's love again.
Leopold, you have killed me. You have killed the hatred in me.
Is it so?
Give me the letter. Give me the letter. I will deliver this to her myself, Leopold. Thank you. I will be with you soon.
And I will see you amongst the trees and grass. And that is our show, my friends. Thank you all so much for being here. Let's bring the entire cast out on screen for a great big final bow on the count of three. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. My friends, that's Louise Ritchie playing the fortune teller. That's Griffin Beer playing the detective. That's Arastu Durakshin playing the music teacher. And that's Valerie Regalia playing the bar hall girl. I'm Ken Adams. I'm the, what am I? I'm the artistic director of Synergy Theater, and you are awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. We are here every Thursday and Friday at 6 o'clock on Friday, 6 o'clock on Thursday, 7 o'clock on Friday, California time. Come back and watch us. Hey, who here in the cast knows what shows we're debuting next week? Anybody?
I think we have the Little Known People of Oz coming back.
Yes, that's right. Or let's say it is anyway. We have wonderful shows next week. The Little Known People of Oz, which takes us back to the land of Oz with an all new adventure. Come back and watch us. It is always improvised. It is always based on your suggestions. Also, tomorrow, Saturday, June 12th, very, very big event is happening, and that is the Synergy Theater Summertime Gallapalooza. It's a party, and we want you to be there. You come into the Zoom room with us. You watch the show. You schmooze with the cast. You play fun party games. You participate in our talent auction, where you get to bid money in order to make the people of Synergy Theater do outrageous feats of improvisation ridiculousness. It is fun, and it is our big annual fundraiser. We are here all the time, Thursdays and Fridays, performing free online improvisation for the whole world, as long as we are all still trying to find our way back into the real world. And it is free to you, but it is not free to us. And we need our patrons' help as a 501c3 nonprofit organization to keep going. So the Gallapalooza is the way you can help us. Go to synergytheater.com, click on Attend the Gallapalooza, go down, click on Support Synergy Theater, and then Attend the Gallapalooza. And please buy a ticket and come to the show tomorrow at 2 o'clock p.m. California time. You'll have a great time, and you'll be helping us very, very much. While you're on the website, check out our classes and take a class. That's fun too. My friends, thank you for being here. You are awesome. Stay well, come to the Gallapalooza, and always remember that Synergy Theater loves you. Good night, everybody.